The Olympic spirit is alive in Australia, and by that I mean Australians get to wake up this morning and they get to understand what it's like to be every other nation except for basically the US and China. Because once again, failure from our athletes overnight. No golds, nothing, zilch, zero. Sadness has swept over the nation. Geez, the Swans played well last night, Pezza. That was good. That was something. We all switched over to catch the end of that game. Australia, 18 gold medals. Japan closing in 16 gold medals, Pezza. Yesterday we spoke about 58 gold medals, the magic number of Sydney 2000. We've got 48 medals overall. 10 medals required for 2 nights of action. Can it be done? And can we once again get to the highest of highs by reaching 59 medals in the Olympic Games?
Well, unfortunately, Raygun couldn't hold off the Japanese competitor in the breaking, which helped advance Japan's cause.
Yeah.
And we will be discussing that. Yes, to the 3 or 4 people who wrote into Boys actually saying stuff along the lines of if there isn't at least 20 minutes devoted to Raygun, then you guys are kidding yourselves. There will be that, okay? Yeah. So that was... I thought that was the highlight of the night and the conversation that should flow forth from that. I believe many perspectives will be shared on this. I believe that this is an academic question as well, which is because Dr. Rachel Gunn is an academic.
She is an academic, yes.
But yeah, it's 2 silvers and a bronze, he goes. I feel flat.
Yeah.
There's no denying I feel flat and the flatness of the nation. And there's shame attached to that as well for me. Like I have to say, you'd like to think as you age, you mature, there's wisdom. Lots of people will claim that the Olympics is about more than gold. Mm-hmm. I've never felt that myself. I'd like to say I feel it.
Yeah.
I'd like to say I have that maturity and that perspective in life. I could fake it. But the truth is, when I wake up, I'm under the pillow, I'm sniffing around, I'm searching, I'm scouring like, a miner in Ballarat or Orange to a lesser extent, 1851 in New South Wales. There was a gold rush there too.
Of course.
But we woke up this morning and it was, let's face it, it's 2s and 3s, but literally 2nd and 3rd.
A couple of days ago, Pezza, I was thinking, wow, can the Olympics and these feelings go on forever? 2 days later, I'm glad there's not a 3rd week of the Olympics. I've had enough.
Yeah.
I've had enough now.
We Australia, we were discussing Australia with a pace setter around the track for gold.
We were basically the Kieran, where the guy on the motorcycle at the front just rolling around while the cyclist pedal behind, getting the slipstream.
Cycling does tend to have a lot of words that seem completely unintuitive for what it means.
What's that?
With respect, that's the Kieran, is it? I understand that. Here's the Trace Mips. Oh, yeah. I get it. That lining on the inside of my helmet, which we will discuss later, thanks to Smith Optics, who I believe still presents this show.
Indeed, Mips out for the boys. Where the show is brought to you by Smith Optics Australia.com is the website that they host.
Yeah, that'd be a good guess.
But they do more than that, They do way more than that. They sell sunglasses, lids, Trace Mips, payroll Mips.
Yep, Coroid.
All sorts. 25% off your order using the code FAST. Should we hear from the nation?
Yeah, the nation wants to set the mood, and we're allowing the nation to do that. So it's always there's always a broader range of feelings, I think, when we're not being showered with gold. So with that in mind, this is what the nation had to say in reaction to Australia and the Globe's results overnight.
2 boxing bronze take tally to 45 as magical 50 medal mark looms large.
New medal category for LA 2028. Chinese podium splitting silver.
Yep.
Maddie Keeney in the drink, never in fucking doubt.
Yeah.
Maddie Jones there in the women's diving, splitting the Chinese 1-2 finish. Can we add that to the types of medals? A silver, fuck you!
Well, you forgot to mention you can put it down for gold at the comms, silver medal.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Speaking of the women's diving, when can we get Tubby on the podcast?
Yeah. 60 wins in a row for the Yanks and the dehydrated water polo. Ashton Brickman, talk to me, girls.
Hi, you've reached the office of Donald Argus. We are currently experiencing a high volume of calls, and your current wait time is 4 years. If you would like to call back again, please do. Otherwise, send an email to boysactually@gmail.com.
Boys, interesting to see Rachel Gunn in the breakdancing in the more traditional one-day strip. Do you reckon she would have won gold if she wore the 1999 World Cup strip?
Yeah, interesting strip.
I don't know about you boys, but nothing quite says the Olympics like a university doctor whacking out the rainbow serpent Dreamtime snake during the breakdancing event.
Are we the only nation that turned up in indoor cricket kit for the breakdance?
What the fucking hell was that? Flopping around. Oh dear.
Yeah.
Boys, I just watched the breakdancing. I have to say, our competitor, our girl, has a bit of Eric the Eel about her.
Was John Howard unlucky to miss in the breakdancing this year? Had the tracksuit to compete.
Yes, that was the feelings
All fair.
of the nation.
All fair.
Hey, great to have Huey back on the show today. Here goes. So as we've said before, we've got we're finishing up tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right. So this is Huey's final bow, and that's because we're starting super early tomorrow, owing to my son's birthday party and more private issues. So, Huey, great to have you back, mate. This is your fifth attempt.
Yes, the pentathlon.
Oh, nice! Look at that.
Yeah. I was like, trying to remember a bit of primary school.
Well, you
stuff.
were working last night as well, weren't you?
I was on the tools, mate. Yes, and business and pleasure. Some would say a little work, a little play, and I was feeling a little rough. Did I see the message at 2 a.m.?
Yeah.
I saw that late. I went, yeah, I'm coming in.
Yeah.
And some would say, oh, he looks a bit rough. Is he hungover? Actually, a severe case of radiation poisoning. Because, boys, I got hit by the Raygun last night. I loved it.
Zap.
That was really. I mean, huge shout out to Raygun.
Yeah.
Awesome. It was phenomenal. Like the areas, the energies.
All I could think watching it was just like the vibe watch is going to be fucking unprecedented tomorrow.
I mean,
I haven't texted you about coming in yet, but nevertheless.
Breaking is maybe the vibiest thing I've ever seen at an Olympics. You've got MCs. What are they saying? You can't hear them. You got DJs, and they got a riff.
Yeah.
It's their riffing. They're riffing through dance. I mean, a guy like me, I can appreciate that.
Yep.
I can't. It was phenomenal in there. The names, some of the names. I hope that they announce them when they get their medals as B-boy, Justice or whatever. Like there was some incredible names popping around in the B-boy and B-girl arenas. I don't know I don't know if the blokes have gone yet, but I pray we've got a few fellas in there.
We've got Jay Attack. 16-year-old called
17,
Jeff.
Yeah, Jay Attack. Jeff Dunn is his name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jeff.
17-year-old
Jeff Dunn.
So not a 36-year-old lecturer.
So let's set this up for
okay.
people who, I don't know, you have to have been living under a rock to have.
If you're
missed
watching this show, there's a good chance, or listening to this show, there's a good chance you know what's happening.
The breaking kicked off last night. This is break dancing, and you're not to call it that. It's breaking.
Yeah, it's breaking.
It's their first. It's the event's first appearance at the modern Olympics, and probably the ancient as well. I haven't checked.
The ancient, but it was nude. Just nude breaking.
Interesting. We haven't talked about that yet. Again, sports look like nude, but we were Australia was represented with one B girl and one B boy. Right, the B boys kick off tonight, and that's what it's called, kicking off. But our B girl is Dr. Rachel Gunn, or her stage name is just Raygun. And it's Australia's first ever breaker to represent Australia at an Olympics. 17-year-old Jay Attack Jeff Dunn will do it from the boys. Just 16 men and 16 women vying off for an Olympic medal. It's never appeared at the Olympics before, breaking, and it may never again because the organisers of 2028 LA have declined to host it. Now, overnight...
It's already in the bin.
Overnight, there's 18 points to be gained in each fixture. You battle against another opponent. Raygun went 0-3 overnight, losing to Logistics from USA, Sissy from France, and Nika from CKA, that is, from Lithuania, and lost 18-zip. She failed to claim a point.
That can happen.
That's a tough day on the mat.
That's
Yeah, so Raygun has woken up to a variety of headlines. I got this from the Daily Mail. Olympics fans mortified for Australian breakdancer Raygun after toe curling performance during the sport's debut at Paris 24, as it's revealed the athlete is a lecturer specialising in the cultural politics of breakdancing.
Yep.
So that's pretty much the
tenor.
that's sort of what's going on.
Because people are upset. So people in the sport are upset. So how this went down, I understand, is that the World Dance Sport Federation, of course, the WDSF, for those playing at home, they've been accused of Trojaning breaking because what they actually wanted, they've been petitioning to have ballroom dancing for decades into the Olympics. The IOC thought it was too dated. They had Gatsby involved. He declined to comment. But so they
Gatsby?
The Great Gatsby. They just call him the Great Man now. But so they wanted a younger audience, and so that when they decided, yes, okay, we'll give breaking a chance, no one actually thought to ask the dancers themselves, the breakers themselves, what they thought, because no one actually wanted to do this.
Yep.
And that's the problem, because what they Raygun's coach is actually her husband, and they've never had a coach before, and he has been quoted recently as saying, like, well, we never really thought this as a sport. We always thought this is like, it's cultural, it's sort of it's artistic. It's very much in the same way that the Fitzroy Garage Sesh should not be in the Olympics.
For sure.
Guys, I think that's fair to say. Although, to be fair, that
let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater on that one.
Would we be on 19 golds if the Fitzroy Garage Sesh was in the Olympics, as we all know it should be?
I think we'd be right up there.
How do we play this though? Because on the other hand, like you can mock a 36-year-old like creative arts lecturer from Macquarie Uni,
yes,
busting out the rainbow serpent and the kangaroo, but also she's got the Olympic rings tattooed.
It's a great way to get your tat.
And she had a bloody go, which is very important to the Australian experience.
Yes, that's right.
And you could argue that she punched above her weight,
and
which is also very endemic to an Australian Olympic experience.
Yeah. And she wore the Australian colours. Others weren't representing their national garb.
Yep.
She decided to wear the Australian green and gold, and she said, I don't understand why others wouldn't want to do this. You get one chance at this. I'm going to wear the Australian green and gold. And there wasn't a dry eye in the house, Pezza.
I agree.
After her toe curling performance, which was her opening move, I believe, there wasn't a dry eye in the house.
Well, isn't that also like an image that's evoked for people having an orgasm as well?
Was she not?
No, that's what I'm saying. So I'm unclear about the Daily Mail headline. Is toe curling referring to like an awkwardness, or is it referring to an exhilarating orgasm?
Well, that's unclear at this stage.
The outfit is that was a big lift. God bless her.
Yeah,
there is something
top button done up as well. Yeah.
The Asics outfits, they're fantastic. You see them in the skating, and you're like, I don't think the kids are loving this sort of palette and energy. And then to sort of see that at its zenith in the breakdancing outfit, it looked very green and gold.
It was something, wasn't it?
It was really popping compared to the rest of the competitors in sort of crop tops.
I tell you what says like sort of cultural, artsy, breaking is the Asics Gel Runner 3.
Yeah, yeah. If you want to do a sort of head spin, do them in a Keanu. They need to be in a Keanu. But it was exhilarating, and I like that they had a crack. I like that Raygun's out there putting theory into practice. I think that's so important, and I think brave in so many ways. But I'm devastated to hear that it's not going to be in LA, because I think whatever the version of AIS is now, we need to be getting in blue light discos.
Yeah.
Yes. We need to be having a look at who's the naughty kid that's starting the circle.
Yes.
What are they doing? Is he pop and locking? Yeah. Are they trying to head spin? And they're like, cool, like they got their best Billabong shirt on, so they're being careful. But who's having a dip in these circles? We need to be going to the corner of Burke Street there, where I would say some of these kids doing breakdancing are getting bigger crowds than I ever get at festival shows. There is something to be witnessed there. You know, have a look at them, scope them out. Again, a great opportunity for our scouts to be floating around 12 to 14-year-olds, just getting around who's the energies, who's hot right now, who's big in the B-boy and B-girl scene. And really, yeah, I hadn't really thought about breakdancing since I was about 12.
Yep.
I think maybe two, three Olympics too late, possibly.
Yes.
Weren't we suggesting, and this is just pure speculation and I may be completely inaccurate, so, and I'll just say it without any thought or like self-editing, but
carry on.
Wasn't there a suggestion that in the wonderful shoulder content, ancillary content show with Maddie and the Missile, some suggestion that Matt Johns has quite a bit of quite a bit of knowledge about breakdancing, about breaking, and may himself have been part of the Newcastle or Cessnock breaking scene.
Yeah, I'd heard slight rumors about that, and that is thrilling.
Yeah,
because you know it's always living in Joey's shadow, but what was he doing in the shadow?
I just think there's a lot
MDMA.
Wow. plenty to go in both shadows.
Which was the Hungarians' name for the B girls.
Yeah, I mean the thought of Maddie Johns pop and locking for Australia, that fills you with hope.
With the 6 on his back.
Oh, now we're talking.
Yeah. Is there
with footy shorts? Maybe just one ball popping out.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, I'm loath to throw the thought out there, but is there a chance for more breaking medals and have duos? So you could have Maddie and Joey, but they need to be brothers. It's got to be sibling duos breaking.
Well, but where do you land on this with Raygun? Because she's the subject of like memes and people trying to troll and take this down in tall poppy situation. Like my first thought is that she does suffer from the fact that Australians won no golds overnight. You know what I mean? Like if Raygun busts out the Rainbow Serpent on the day we win 4 golds, we think, hell yeah. I reckon we're just like, well, isn't this a nice little piece of like shoulder content on the top of 4 golds we've won?
Yeah.
But like she's getting more column inches than Maddie Wern, you know, who won gold. Well, exactly.
Yeah.
Warney's brother. So, do you know what I'm saying? Like, and is it? I don't know where you guys land on it. Like, do you think that Dr. Raygun, has like positively brought a cultural moment to Australia, or is it more of a scenario where, because she's got a PhD in breakdancing, it really does prove the theory that if you can't do, teach?
How I actually land on it is that the breakers themselves, as I understand, many of them
New South Wales breakers.
The New South Wales Breakers, the cricket team, the women's cricket team. They don't want this sport in the Olympics. It's not a sport. It's more about, as I said before, it's a cultural experience. It's about art. It's about expression,
authenticity.
That's right. And so like it has no business being in the Olympic Games. And the breakers themselves did not want to be in it. However, ballroom dancers did want to be in it, and they weren't given the right to dance their little hearts away.
So in many
on a Wednesday
ways,
afternoon while cheating on their misses.
Raygun is actually living the authentic experience of breaking. Like going down 18-0 and going 0-3 on the day is actually the pure authentic experience of breaking, which has tried to resist the mainstream, just as hip hop did in the 90s.
If you look at her quotes, they're actually like, I don't care. I'm just out here having a great time.
Yeah,
and I'm just gonna do my thing, and I don't really care. But like, so I feel bad for her that she's being memed. But it is very funny. Now, like, what's going to happen is when this thing never appears in the Olympics again, probably rightfully so. It's going to be like, hey, do you remember when this happened 45 years ago?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah,
so. I really, I'm sure it must be horrifying to be like a meme like that, but I think it's great, and it's like, yeah, who cares? What we can't have that much of a lust for gold that we seriously thought Raygun was in with the shout.
I was ready. I was willing to believe. Like I had no idea who we were, but I knew that when Australia had a competitor, I'm like, are we on here?
Yeah, and the name's good.
Yeah, exactly.
Rachel Gunn, Raygun.
Yeah.
That's good.
That is the name. The B-girl name's unbelievable. But I was, I'm at 3 a.m. last night. I'm like, I'll have a look at this breaking. And I'm, giving it these ones. And you're like, for a bit, you're like, is she going well here?
Yeah. What's
I'm
good?
not sure what's good. Okay, the more I'm watching, I'm starting to get a vibe. it might not be this, but I think it's just awesome. I think she should have a great, we're talking about Shadow Man getting to go around at, the Melbourne Cup and stuff.
Yes.
I think if we're serious about supporting our athletes, I think Raygun in sort of like a, what is it? Fucking where you ask athletes to give you a video,
cameo.
Like a cameo.
Yeah.
But I think we should be getting Raygun, like you hire her to come do a bit at a wedding to get the dance floor kicked off.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Like imagine that.
Because it's a bit awkward when the bride and groom are like beckoning everybody onto the floor following the first dance. Like, no, please get on the floor. This is one of the most excruciating experiences of my life.
Hang on
you could
a
actually
second.
just get Raygun in there.
Yeah.
And
Raygun's gone, follow me, yo.
Yeah.
And then she pop lock shoves it. She's in that. She's in the ASICS kit, by the way. She's not. She does not get paid if she's not in the.
People wouldn't
fucking
recognise
ASICS
her unless
kit.
she's in the kit.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So we've got Raygun out there, and she's just having a fantastic time. The energy's electric. You're going, my God, I'm dancing.
Yes.
At my friend's wedding.
Yes.
With an Olympic dancer.
Yes.
I'm sorry. That's fantastic. What I'd pay, $200, $300.
Something in the low hundreds.
At
least, maybe.
What was Tom Craig's fine for buying cocaine? Something in the region of
something
that.
around that.
You just wanted a Verinda Saywag. Sorry, go on.
I just thought huge props to you, Raygun, for getting it out there, putting theory into practice.
Yep.
I can't wait to, I did see someone make this point. It is kind of millennial excellence, right?
Yes.
Like a hobby you're obsessed with that you're probably slightly out of the age range, but we like have refused to quite grow up. A chance to doing it out of spite because it wasn't a thing when you were young enough.
Right.
So you're like, fuck Gen Z.
Yep.
I want to do it. And and also being, I think, millennials, we punch well above our weight in being very cringe. So I think she's sort of, it is the holy trinity, I think, of sort of millennial excellence, some of this stuff.
Yep.
Well, the first holy trinity of medal winners for breaking in the women's went to Amy from Japan, Nika from Lithuania, and 621 from China, who many believe is the first competitor in ancient or modern Olympics not to use a letter in their name.
Elon's kid stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, 621.
Yes.
Got bronze. Where am I?
This is the Olympic Games. Prestige, honour, sacrifice, heroism, courage, bravery, pop and lock.
Who got bronze, love? 621.
622?
No. 621 from China.
621 got
the
it.
Republic of China. 621.
Where's me fucking dinner?
Anyway, on to Australia's medals overnight. Matthew Richardson, the cyclist, wins silver in the men's sprint. He couldn't knock over the GOAT, Harry Laverson, the Dutch star, in the National Velodrome in Paris there. The Dutch star got him 2-zip, won the first one by 0.24 seconds and then the second one 0.47 seconds. Richardson, the only one who could hold a candle to Laverson, really. Richardson still gutted, going for gold.
Yes.
And had beaten him previously, but Laverson, hot favourite, and Richardson couldn't get it done.
Yes, Richardson after the race, he was disappointed because he came here for gold and he said...
He said he came for gold, yeah.
Who hasn't? He said, well, 621 has.
Yeah.
So have I.
Yep.
And then he said, I've beaten him a couple of times. He's beaten me more. But I had it in me to beat him. But what I needed to do was I needed to have the perfect race and he needed to be slightly off. So basically, this is basically as good as it gets. But, as with the canoeing, which we'll speak about in a second, these guys are disappointed with their medals and we should be.
Yeah.
And that makes me satisfied a little bit that these guys have underachieved. Maybe less so Richo, who has performed admirably. And this is his second medal after getting bronze in the team pursuit, I think it might have been. So that was something. Also, there was lots of talk about him being a gymnast from the age of 12, then had an elbow injury, I think it was. So then he turned his trade to the bike.
Yeah.
And
hurt my elbow, jump on some wheels.
I'm going to get on the wheels, yeah. And let me tell you, this boy can ride.
Yeah.
All weekend ride.
Really?
Second best
When
in the
you
world.
looked at him, you
Now,
watched him
I
and
mean-
you thought, he can get around the track.
Aren't we happy with the Dutch? I mean, the Dutch, it's a small population. You're looking at your 17s, your 18 millions.
There's a kinship.
And there's only about, there's only a couple in the country there at the moment, really. I mean, when you think about it, because there's so many athletes over there from the Dutch. But can't they cycle? They are good on the bike, the Dutch. And you can't begrudge them.
Well, it's they're at one with the bike.
They are.
In their own nation.
The drome's sort of their version of the drink for us.
I think
guess.
that's right.
That's a great shout,
They
Huey.
love the drome.
Yeah.
They love cycling around there.
Yes. Mate, they bloody love it.
You can't bloody walk around there, mate. I'm bloody on a fucking Huffy through bloody Red Alley, mate. It's bloody non-stop biking over there, mate. It's unbelievable. Have a bloody cookie. Have a bloody toot around, mate. They bloody love it. So good luck.
Oh, mate, they bloody love it over there.
Yeah.
They love it.
They put them on bikes once they're born.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Right. There's a commemorative bike for every child born in Dutch hospitals.
Most of them ride out of the womb.
Yeah, indeed.
And the bike grows with them as they do.
Yeah, exactly. Which is, I mean, they feature quite heavily, as far as I understand, in the per capita tables, which sort of I find confronting. You know, I've never associated the Netherlands with any of the sort of sporting exceptionalism that our country has.
Yeah, even though they compete very much in the same sports. The pool, they've got much better track athletes. Femke Bol has done good things.
Just
on the
around
track for
Europe,
them.
you know what I mean? Is there an English influence on that too? Like,
It's a lot of Euro
does
stuff
our
here.
Anglo-centrism past kind of preclude or like distance us from seeing that the Netherlands are that we're sleeping on them as a sporting nation?
Well, and they were here first as well, the Dutch. I mean,
they knocked around here.
We really could have been, Van Diemen's Land and whatnot.
Yeah.
He was Dutch.
Yep.
He rode over here.
Yep.
That's how good they were.
Exactly.
He rode here.
Yeah. Interesting.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that orange, I see that, I go, ooh.
Yeah,
we could have a
pops.
challenge here.
Yep.
That beautiful orange pops. I think of Van den Hoogen band and I cry into my pillow for what he did.
Yes.
Van den Hoogen.
Yes, that's right. Couldn't he swim?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, he was an even better rider, though.
Yeah.
He was a much
Yeah.
better cyclist than he was swimmer.
Yeah, the way you get good at swimming is if you don't handle the bike, you're in the bloody canal. You got to fucking have a go. They don't look kindly.
Or the
on it if you
football.
fall
You know,
in the
they've
canal.
had some great footballers in the past. The Dutch, the Dennis Bergkamp, Mark Overmars, Van Basten,
Van der Sar.
Van der Sar,
Van Dijk.
Virgil van Dijk. These were all guys who tried to make it on the bike.
Yeah.
But they didn't make it.
They didn't
So
make
they
it.
had to
They
try their
fell
hand
back.
at something else. It's like
Yes.
Warney with Aussie rules,
Yep.
like over here.
Yep.
So,
And Matthew-
or
and
a
Matthew-
lot of our Aussie rules players actually tried to make it as swimmers.
And I think Matthew Richardson actually really appreciated being asked if he could have been the most successful Matthew Richardson in Australia
That's right.
after his silver medal performance. I think he really appreciated
If he was
that.
a swimmer, yes.
Yes.
Our number one sport.
Yes.
If you don't make it in swimming, Aussie rules.
Yes.
Aussie rules, cricket, etc.
I tell you what, the Germans look good on a bike, don't they? With their quads. Don't the Germans look good on a bike?
And you can't say the word with that kind of with a bit of like a breathiness in your throat as well. Like the Germans. Germans. You know? I'm just saying, like they still contain an echo of
It's an aesthetic.
seriousness. Yeah,
an aesthetic.
it is. It's a brand.
Deutschland,
Oh yeah, and even that.
Yeah.
With the bird eagle thing. they've got in the chest.
Yeah.
Every time you see the eagle on, and you go,
It
looks strong.
Yeah. I respect it. I respect it as an opponent.
Yeah. Fear it even.
Sort of hark back to old times,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah.
Well,
When you see the Deutschland.
Yeah.
at least they commemorate their atrocities there.
Yeah.
Nothing's happened here.
Anyway,
Yeah,
eagle
anyway,
looks pretty scary.
Well, they do. Madison Keeney got silver in the women's 3-meter springboard final.
Yes, she did.
This is how Courtney Walsh from Fox Sports, it was
couldn't
not
be
being
bothered.
reported on by the ex-West Indian fast bowler.
What? Oh, what?
Now that would, once again, I'm tuning in if that happens. I'm just being clear.
He's commentated the diving on
The crickets are
Caribbean.
diving.
Yeah, that's right. The West Indian
Yes.
divers, yeah, because they compete as the West Indies.
They do,
in the
yes.
Olympics,
And they
once
sing the
again.
national anthem?
and it's unfair. Yeah. Usain Bolt for the West Indies.
Tobacco,
Madison
100
Courtney Walsh wrote, Madison Keeney's palms were sweaty, knees weak, and arms were heavy as she awaited a final dive in the Olympics. Eminem portrayed the Australians' pickle in Paris perfectly.
Oh, yes, please.
That was the setup. but she got it done. Madison Kenny, like a lot of divers, has experienced like some difficulties on the board. Your jelly legs, your zero dives being memified as a result of probably looking at one of the most frightening things to do and going, just body's not really up for it today.
Yep.
But overnight, she managed to split those Chinese divers, pick up silver for the nation.
Yep. And as we discussed, the Chinese are playing a different sport when it comes to diving.
Yeah.
I mean, it is.
Absolutely.
It's as far ahead of the game as any other athlete in any other sport,
Yep.
I would suggest. And that's from the naked eye.
Yep. Your observations.
Those are my observations. Yep. And as you know, I did dive into a pool once, so I think I know what I'm talking about.
Can you dive? Can you go, do you go head first if you dive in from off a jetty or something like that? If you get access to water at any point?
Oh, from like a jetty. Would I dive in head first? Yeah. I have never jumped off the 10-meter platform before. I've stood on one and I thought, not today.
Yeah. Yourself, Huey? Like you probably.
I can dive.
You can dive,
not like that, but I can put my hand. Yeah, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't you worry about me, mate. Off the blocks, I'm fine, mate.
There has been some speculation and some worry.
This bloke they've got on even fucking dive in a pool, or
Yeah, there are important questions.
yeah, you've got to be careful though, diving willy nilly into bodies of water. You know,
That's true.
Yeah, that is true, and that is a safety warning for us as well on this show for anyone
Yeah.
out there who's about to dive.
Good point.
The boys were talking about it on morning after Paris. I thought, I'll just go jump off. And,
be careful.
Paraplegic. So
A touching tribute there to Maddie Keeney picking up
silver for the nation.
Yeah.
In the K2 500, which is what people are waiting for,
Yeah, they
Tom Green and Jean van der Westhuizen won bronze. Disappointing. It's a disappointing
It
bronze
is,
because
Pezza.
they smashed records in the lead up to this
Olympic
race.
record in the semi.
Olympic record, which would suggest that if they get the Olympic record in a lead up event, that they could go again. So they couldn't beat their own record. They couldn't improve on what they'd done before. They pick up bronze nevertheless, but I suspect it's a disappointment.
They were disappointed. That's what the commentary was saying immediately after
Good.
the race, before they'd even spoken to the athletes. But they did say they came here to go back to back because they did the business in Tokyo, as we all remember and recall with fond memories.
With fondness.
But the Germans went out of the blocks blistering pace. Blistering pace.
Germans.
German stuff out of the blocks quick from the Germans.
Yeah.
When they
Blitzkrieg stuff.
Yeah. They blitzed out of the gates there.
Yeah.
Blitzkrieg stuff. Yeah. That's right. And I think it was the Hungarians perhaps might have come in silver.
Okay.
And the Aussie boys they did have silver for a long period of time. They never really challenged the Germans, although it's only a 500-meter race, so it is pretty close. I think it was a Spanish might have been coming right behind, so it was a photo finish for second, third, and fourth. An Aussie sandwich between 2 and 4 there. So, but yeah, disappointing, and they were disappointed, and we can all relate to that.
Let's move on.
Yeah. Thank
Aussies
God.
elsewhere. Now, I know everyone's waiting for our report on this result. We've been giving this a lot of build-up in the last couple of days.
That's right.
You know, my key interlocutor, Higgins in particular, went big on this. The Opals played the US. The US has won every gold medal that exists and something like 60 games in a row. Higgins called that the Opals will win because he had a feeling. The Opals went down to the US overnight, and the Opals will play France for bronze. Higgins.
And they were victims. They were victims of the American teams, the men's teams. Struggles against Serbia. They were victims of that result because
the Opals lost to the US's
women's team because Serbia pushed the men's American team so close.
Right.
And that was a wake-up call that the women's team needed.
And if you'd known that, would your feeling have changed about what was going to happen in that game?
Look, I think it might have done.
Yeah.
I think it might have done in the end.
So,
yeah. So you have to factor that in. And also, I read in the Athletic this morning that that's the best game that the US women's team have played in the Olympics. So we can take some solace and heart from that.
Okay, so you could
forward.
say, I know it's not a medal, but it was we really pushed them.
We really did
for the final.
I think it was a loss by 21 points in the end. So
we really pushed them.
That's the US women's team's 60th victory, 58 by double digits. So I mean that can happen. So, but it really does come down to what Jokic and the Serbians did against LeBron, Steph Curry, etc. the night before. You know,
gave them a fright.
It gave them a fright, and thought,
a wake-up call.
This is what can happen at these big tournaments.
Yeah.
You know,
so Jokic woke up the US basketball.
He really did.
Industrial complex.
Really did. Yeah.
Okay. Well, and that was to the Opals' demise, really.
And also, LeBron played in the fourth quarter for the women's team. That didn't help.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, they've got these issues going on everywhere.
Piers Morgan's livid.
He's cock a hoop. He's got more to talk about. In the beach volleyball, this is really disappointing. Our girls, Clancy and Del Sola, who we've spoken about before.
Yes.
They went down to the Brazilians the other day to miss out on the gold silver match.
Yes.
Which meant they went to contest the bronze against the Swiss, who they dumped out a couple of days prior. They've lost to the same Swiss. They've missed out on bronze.
Yeah.
And not only that, they've gone down in straight sets to the Swiss, who have no drink or drink adjacent pedigree as a nation.
I did once again take some heart from the commentators when I was watching this morning. Pez are saying that, like, you know, coming into these Olympics, we did think the Swiss would medal. We just didn't know which colour. So I don't know how the Swiss are good at beach volleyball, but I'll be checking the EPO levels.
But these girls, Clancy and Del Sola, there's women, I should say.
Yes.
They silvered at the last
They did
Olympics.
silver, and they did
say,
Yes.
we didn't come here for that colour.
No, and they've executed that.
So what we didn't
with a plum.
understand. We didn't. It might have been misquoted. We didn't come here for a colour. That might have been which can happen in France.
You can overpack your bag so much, thinking like, okay, no souvenirs for the kids when I come home because I can't fit another kilogram in here.
Yes,
I'll be slugged at the airport.
Yes,
for excess baggage fees.
Interesting.
So they've actually won the Olympics, if anything.
I like that. So I didn't see the fixture myself, but I can presume that they played with grit and heart, and that they possibly put it all on the line.
Oh, I think that goes with that question.
Yeah, I still need to be told it. It is what when I watch Australians. I mean, Raygun, for example, she put it all on the line. I think
had she had a line, maybe things might have been different. That's one way to go about it. But yes, I would say they were brave in defeat.
Oh, it was brave.
Yeah. Now,
can it be brave if you 48 hours ago beaten this mob?
Well, here's the thing. You know,
especially in straight sets,
when there was a third consecutive, foul serve, I thought this is a bit less brave.
You thought they're on the beach.
Yeah.
But these girls are on the beach.
And I was thinking, how'd they get the sand into the park there? But I was thinking, I think the Swiss had a lead of maybe like 19-12 in the second set, first 21. And you're thinking, okay, this looks pretty much done. And then they win a point, you think, well,
could be back here.
Anything's possible. And then they lost the next 2 points. And I'm like, this is going to be hard now because the match was over.
Watching sport.
Yeah.
And then they get a point. You think, okay, a couple more and we're back on. And then the others. Yeah.
But the thing is, on my app, I had like really good odds at that point. So jacked it up and couple of big losses.
Yeah, come on, girls, get it in the line.
Did that hit the line or not?
I don't know. This is a good little vibe I saw in the gold medal match, boys. Oh yeah. And
it was a
Brazilian and Canada.
Okay.
Again.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, what's occurring there? I don't know what that.
I mean, I guess they got sand there.
Yes.
Brazil, obviously.
Yeah.
You know, that
makes sense.
Yeah.
There's
they're living on
there's no shame in
every time you see anything from Brazil, they're on the beach.
Yes.
They're almost like they're not quite in the drink, but they love being around it.
Yeah.
They love sand-based stuff.
And the favelas.
Oh, they love it.
They love it.
And they have the Amazon rainforest there as well.
Yeah. That's true, mate. I'm pretty sure. And I saw that it was getting quite fiery. And the Brazilian girls, they fucking put on a clinic, mate. They put on a clinic on these Canada girls. It's like, welcome to Rio. Yeah. Famously, in Fast and the Furious 6, The Rock is trying to arrest Vin Diesel at a race meet. And
what?
At a race meet.
All right,
with cars.
A Trump rally.
And Vin famously... And Vin famously says to The Rock, "This is Brazil." And so that's sort of what they did to the Canada girls on the beach there.
But they were in Paris.
Yeah, they were in Paris. But spiritually, when you're on sand, you're in Brazil.
Yeah.
And it got quite fiery. at some point. There was words being discussed, which is a good look. Just the girls at the net. So like when you see dogs fighting at a gate and then the gate pulls and they go, oh, it's all good. It was sort of like that between the net, and they'll go on, and the ref or the umpire, he's just sort of blowing the whistle for ages. No one cares about the whistle. The girls are getting into it. And then eventually in a sort of a great, moment, the DJ took it upon himself to just blast over the top of this argument, Imagine, by John Lennon.
And they're fighting here.
Let's, can we, think of one of the great peace anthems to play right now? And that actually sort of calmed everything down to the point that the beach volleyball people started laughing at themselves. And I thought that was a really nice, that's a really nice Olympics moment. Because it's like we haven't seen any of those, those famous, I mean, that's a gold medal, but I want to see more of it's like, I guess Raygun was this moment. You have like your Eric the Eel sort of stuff, your dad carrying you over the line. If you're going to bomb out big.
Yes.
And that's, now I think about it, Raygun, she's done with the plum. Like, finally, we have our Eric the Eel moment.
Finally.
Finally.
Will Australians crave that moment, or
I don't think so.
I don't see Australians aligning with that idea of like, because I do see some media reaction here, and of course we know that the industry of this means that there'll be a reaction, and there has to be a reaction to the reaction. Then there has to be a contrarian reaction to that reaction to the reaction, right? And I don't have Australians been yearning for an Eric the Eel moment?
We like to watch from afar.
Yeah, I think we like to
go,
look
that's
down.
So nice, but we will be winning that race. Though, because we're in the pool. That's cute. See, you guys having a crack. That's beautiful.
Yeah,
but we don't do that here. Okay, we don't fuck.
We don't really do that here. All I can see is some AFL numpty like turning that into a meme, and it's like, here's Essendon in the finals, and it's it's a face of it's an Essendon logo on her face doing a worm.
Yep,
and it'll be like, that's brilliant.
It's really cool.
That is brilliant.
I'm unfortunately I haven't seen what Carlos has said about it all.
No, nor I actually. So we'll await and reserve judgment.
Hopefully they get her on the desk.
Yeah,
Raygun.
Yeah. So where does that name come from? Oh, my name's Rachel Gunn.
It's actually an unreal nickname.
It is,
your name, Ray.
Yeah, the Raygun.
It's great. Anyway, what a wonderful day. That's all I sort of saw, just the fight in the volleyball, which is good.
Well, does anyone remember the character Blanca from Street Fighter?
No.
It was a feral man from the jungle. He was Brazilian. He would have been good at beach volleyball.
Definitely.
Okay.
Scrap
okay, where are we up to now? Look, shall we shout out?
We simply must shout out our friends at Smith Optics, smithopticsaustralia.com. Use the code FAST for 25% off your order. I think people have been really getting behind the word MIPS and the word choroid, which are names and words that people have not heard before. Yesterday we learnt via our producer Charlie that MIPS stands for Multi-Directional Impact Protection System, which is a phrase I've not stopped thinking about since, Pezza. And there's also choroid. And for the mountain lead, you're talking about zonal choroid and MIPS.
Yeah.
Impact technology, meaning you can focus on the trail. Our Vapor Fit system lets you adjust the helmet on the fly, and the MIPS layer is integrated with the fit system for a snug, cohesive fit that feels great all day. I think people have really enjoyed the integration with Smith. And we've spoken before, our pathetic performance on the lake from the boys, wearing competitor brands.
Not to be confused with the Rapids. This is the lake, flat, calm waters. No good. That's the Argus stuff.
Exactly right, Pezza.
That's why he's busy when you call his line.
And they're not going fast enough. Now, that's funny because fast is the code that you can use.
Nice.
At smithopticsaustralia.com for 25% of the order.
We bring a lot of people on the spectrum to this show because we're a cricket show. Right, and I think people have enjoyed the technical language around Smith Optics because it suggests, and it's not just a suggestion; it's true that Smith Optics is the leader when it comes to this, looking fast and actually like the technical wear of cycling, of athleisure, etc.
Yes,
with your helmets, your glasses, your whatnot, and this is backed up by Will, who wrote in. Like the audience is getting involved.
Good.
Will wrote, "Hey fellas, just a little info on the MIPS." In the Smith helmets. So Will's thought, I need to actually correspond with the boys here via boysactually@gmail.com. The MIPS is a low-friction lining inside the lid between your head and the foam that allows your head to move slightly inside the lid in a crash, thereby reducing the rotation motion, which is a common cause of brain injuries, the more you know. Now, I haven't actually sought permission from Smith to equate the helmet to like brain injuries and stuff.
Okay.
But it's fair to say that that is one of the things that helmets can help you with. And we're just understanding now that the MIPS, which is involved in Smith helmets, helps you even more in the avoidance of brain injuries.
The sunglasses do less of that, but they just make you look good. SmithOpticsAustralia.com. Use the code FAST for 25% off your order. Pezza, can I also shout out our friends at NordVPN? NordVPN.com/TGC. Hugh, I'm going to throw to you. What information do you want from? Which category? Sport, entertainment, traveling, shopping and saving money, cybersecurity and privacy.
Shopping and saving money.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a good one. Okay, with NordVPN, you can avoid price discrimination. See if the sample product is cheaper in another region. Access foreign e-stores, apps, and online auctions for a wider selection of items. One NordVPN account protects up to 6 devices. No need for separate subscriptions. So job done. 6 points in a song. That's NordVPN.com/TGC. It's risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. There's a link in the episode description. Thanks to Nord. Thanks to Smith.
Yep.
Let's move on with the show.
Nick Boylan wrote in, he goes, "At boys actually on the climbing." Just want to share this with you guys. Men, an incredible effort from the Aussie boulder lead climber from Oceania Mackenzie last night. It's Oceania Mackenzie. Thursday to get into the women's finals tomorrow night, Saturday. So Saturday night's lined up, boys. Right there. Scores are combined between bouldering, 4 short super hard climbs and lead, 1 long slightly easier moves.
Yeah.
With both disciplines having a max of 100 points. Oceania climbed out of her skin in the bouldering, which is a hell of an effort.
Wow.
And frightening to see. Her preferred discipline, finishing 4th. Then did enough in lead to claim 6th in the heats. Could depend on the setting in the final, but she might be a sneaky chance to snag the most unlikely bronze we will get this Olympics. Also, you spoke about Chinese divers completing the sport. Watch Yanya. No, he said he's written her name the way you might say like loose bus change. I think it's Garnbrett from Slovenia in the climbing. Genuinely Bradman of women's climbing in both disciplines. If she doesn't win gold, worldwide Royal Commission sort of gear.
Wow.
Cheers for the coverage. I actually forget this is a cricket podcast sometimes now. Nick Boylan wrote his name twice both times, so wanted the surname activity.
Accreditation.
Yeah. So there's somebody else who has claims to be as good at their sport as Bradman. Believe it when I see it.
Yeah, and
you actually have to climb
and that's
going to
be hard because I'm not going to watch it. So that's going to be hard for me.
That will be hard.
Yeah, consume it. Yeah.
Which is actually the trick of Australian sporting exceptionalism.
Yeah.
You watch the specific events you want to watch at the times that suit you, and all of a sudden we become really good in that situation. Very, very good nation. Vis-a-vis sport. Okay, shall we move on just onto the globe?
Yeah, we must.
Guys, Spain defeats France 5-3 in extra time to take gold in the men's football. France equalised in injury time to take it into extra time. Spain went bang bang in front of a big home crowd for France. Anything you want to say about that?
They were down 3-1. The French pulled it back to 3-3. Thierry Henry's the coach. That was news to me. It's a name, it's a face. Also, Lacazette was playing.
Okay, can play
for France, and that means for Spain they just won the Euros and they've now won the under-23 gold medal. So
and the Women's World Cup,
Spanish century. They did win the Women's World Cup. You're right.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! So they've actually won everything. They've won every.
Well, they didn't win the women's. They
then won the Men's World Cup.
Yeah.
Which
no, I'm just saying they've won. They're holding a fair few things, but
and Real Madrid won the Champions League.
Oh yeah, so they can. So what we're concluding is that the nation is good at football. Well, that we can bring that to the morning after Paris viewers. Spain is good at football.
I think the Tillies are pretty good.
Wait till they face the Tillies, though. Have they faced the Tillies? Wait, see if you can do it against our girls.
Have the men's 23s faced the Tillies?
Yeah.
Yeah,
didn't the Tillies play an under-15s team? Anyway,
let's not talk about
that. I did see a snippet of the football and I went, oh shit, I thought maybe it was like they just had women's football in it because I hadn't seen a single thing about them.
Yeah.
Clearly we weren't involved.
We were not involved.
No,
Yeah,
so it didn't
that's
exist.
why it must have been a bit on the quiet
Well,
side.
Mark Bosnich is doing stuff for Stan.
So wasn't he still playing?
Yeah. He did not. comment on the Thomas Craig situation, Bozza. But maybe he did. Canada's taken out the men's 4x1 relay ahead of South Africa and Great Britain, and the USA were disqualified for an illegal changeover.
Yes, they were, Pezza. And not the first time this has happened to the US as well.
Yeah, well, that's right.
Who haven't got a medal since 04.
Yeah.
Haven't won it since 2000.
Yeah.
Carl Lewis. Couldn't he run, Carl Lewis?
He was quick.
Carl Lewis.
He had some wheels.
Oh, he was quick.
And he could jump.
He could jump,
Long.
couldn't he? And that's what they said about him. Jumping Carl Lewis, they used to call him. Until he used to run. Then they used to call
Until
him.
Jumping Jai Tarima took over that
That's right. When he won silver.
Yeah, they used to call him Jumping Carl, but then Jai Tarima won silver at the Olympics for Australia. And Carl, it just became Carl.
Well, Carl Lewis took to X.
Oh, he took to it. Okay.
Yes. And he said, it is time to blow up the system.
Whoa.
This continues to be completely unacceptable. It is clear that everyone in capitals at USA Track and Field is more concerned with relationships than winning. No athlete should step on the track and run another relay until this program has changed from top to bottom.
Oh, yes.
Now, this is all because...
That's heads rolling top to... That's cradle to grave stuff.
Exactly.
That's when
right.
I get involved.
Now, this all starts, Pezza, with Noel Lyles getting the sniffles. He had the sniffles last night.
And he found himself in a wheelchair after that.
Some people cold and flu. Noah, wheelchair.
Yep.
And so Noah Lyles was going to run
Jason Riles
in the 4x1 for the USA. However, when he announced that he was not going to run for the rest of the meets, they then switched the complete order for their track side. Therefore, all their changeovers were from different blokes. They hadn't practiced in that order. Carl Lewis is saying, why would you change just the final leg with someone else and you've switched the entire order out?
That were my thoughts.
Yeah, and Carl Lewis was seething.
Yep.
He was seething, and couldn't he run, Carl Lewis?
It is thrilling watching the baton work.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that makes all the difference, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can't be mucking around with that.
No.
These blokes, they need a connection.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
They need to know the way they hold the pipe or whatever. You can't be mucking around with that. So what? Old mate popped in a wheelchair, did he? I missed this.
Yeah,
Noah Lyles,
he didn't win the 200. A couple of seconds later, he's in a wheelchair. And then it emerges via his association that he's actually been running with COVID.
Yeah.
Wanted to keep it to himself.
Yeah.
But he's on the track in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Sort of similar to when we went on a rugby tour to New Zealand.
Yes.
And a big Maori kid ran right over the top of me multiple times. And at one point, it happened to my other friend as well. And he at one point claimed it was because he got stuck in the mud.
Yeah.
So I like a little excuse. Or you just clutch a hammy after you've just been absolutely steamrolled.
Yeah.
Just think, I'm gassed, mate.
Yeah.
Any other day I would have fucking knocked him over, mate.
Exactly.
I think I've done something.
Yep.
Get the wheelchair.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Yep.
That's cool.
Sha'Carri Richardson anchored USA women to victory in the 4x1, and that also included 200 gold medalist Gabby Thomas. So the US still get it done in one category.
And I thought her quotes were interesting and quite telling, where she said, I trusted our third leg.
Yes, that's the crucial leg. It's like it's a premiership quarter.
I hadn't realised that's what she was talking about originally. I thought she might have been talking about the boxing again, but she trusted the third leg. And she came from behind.
Yeah, third leg's crucial in relays generally.
Always has been.
Yeah. Some may say it really is just a mathematical aggregation of people's times
and who can get
in
from
their
the
own
quickest.
lane. But I believe that what happens in the third leg really makes a
struck
difference.
me in the running component of this race that they were quick.
Yeah. I thought they owned the track when they walked onto it.
Felt like it. Yeah.
Congratulations, USA. In the golf, New Zealand's Lydia Ko, or Australasia's Lydia Ko, moved into a share of the lead with Morgan Metro from Switzerland there. She's 9 under with 1 round remaining. He goes, how did you see those 18 holes?
Well, I was checking Ancestry.com for any Australian lineage, and it's close enough because the flag's pretty similar, so good to go for Australia here to pick up their 19th gold medal. So Lydia Ko had a great round. Now, Hannah Green, Australia's highest ranked female golfer, she carded the 6 under round.
Okay.
And she had a wonderful round of golf. Now, she completely fucked the first round by being 5 over. So she actually finds herself 6 shots back now. I think she's in the top 10 perhaps. So she had a great round yesterday, a great round today, but first round completely cooked her by being 5 over. So she's 6 shots back from Lydia Ko, the Kiwi, who is 9 under. So
are you suggesting that in this situation, the third round or third leg isn't as instrumental as the third leg of a relay.
See,
the same 18 holes done, and it's just the third time she's done it.
Yeah,
but
because usually they call the third round moving
it's
day.
Moving. That's when moves are made.
That's when moves are made. Yes, and people go up and down leaderboards, which is different to other days where people just stay in exactly the same
so they
position.
play the same 18 holes. They do it again and again. But on the third day, the stakes rise a little bit because it's moving day.
Like Jesus. The original moving day, mate.
He'd already played 36 holes.
Oh, fuck. All right, let's get the bowler out of the way. Let's fucking sort the wheat from the chaff today, eh?
We're just confecting meaning onto just a repetitive exercise over and over. Oh, mate, the third one's the one that makes a difference.
Yeah.
Oh, you've just done the same thing. Okay.
And Minjee Lee, is
no good.
She's a few shots back. I think she's even.
Well, if we're not talking about her, then it's no good.
It's getting ruthless.
In the water polo, Serbia's
Come on, the Kiwis.
Serbia's earned the opportunity to defend its Olympic gold medal after defeating USA 10-6 in the men's semi-final. This is Serbia, who were roundly defeated by.
Think about it,
by the Aussies. So, to me, that suggests Serbia was foxing early on. It was a carrots consolation.
Well, they had the loss they had to have.
Yeah, Australia. I'm sick of Australia handing out losses that other nations have to have as part of a broader narrative. Anyway, Argus. Not for the singers, though. Yes, and we noted the result in the breaking. And look, I wanted to raise this, he goes, with a lot of trepidation.
Oh, it's an interesting one, isn't
it? Is it deliberate? We've waited 57 minutes to talk about this.
Yeah.
Possibly. There's some shit going down in the wrestling, right? In the Olympic wrestling involving India. Okay, I'm going to try and give you a little précis of this, if possible. A couple of days ago,
just given the facts.
A couple of days ago, Vinesh Phogat from India was competing in the 50 kilogram class of wrestling, and proceeded through her quarterfinal and her semi-final to the final, and defeating the best wrestler in the code, apparently, a Japanese wrestler, along the way. Made her way to the gold medal bout. Now, as per the rules of wrestling, where so for example, here's a 50 kilogram class, there's a 53 kilogram class, you have to make weight. For the quarters and the semis, Phogat made weight at 49.9 kilograms.
Slipped in.
As is normal, she put on weight during that day of competition, as all wrestlers do, as they eat and stuff like that. Getting herself up to 52.7 kilograms. This left her a bit of a job to do with not a lot of time to make weight for the gold medal match, where she needed to, where she would be weighed on the morning of the bout to get herself under 50 kilograms. So far, so good. We understanding that.
And these rules are for every athlete.
This applies to every athlete as far as we understand.
Okay, interesting.
When Phogat was weighed on the morning of the gold medal bout, she weighed 50 kilograms and 50.01 kilograms. She was, or 100 grams, 50.1.
50.1, yep.
50.1 kilograms. So she was 100 grams over from making weight.
Right.
So per the rules, she was disqualified from competition. It meant that the vanquished, who was in the bronze medal match, moved up to the gold match, who in turn lost. So took the silver, and then Phogat finished last. Now you think, well, didn't make weight. The other athletes, the other wrestlers made weight.
It's a shame.
And competed. Is this so far so good?
Yeah,
Huey.
Yes.
As you're hearing this,
I'm
all
hearing
right.
it.
Well, you're wrong, because
Okay.
Sachin Tendulkar tweeted.
Yeah.
Or took to Instagram, titling his post, "Time for an umpire's call."
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
Every sport has rules, and those rules need to be seen in context.
Yeah. Yes.
Maybe even revisited at times.
That's true. Yep.
Vinesh Phogat qualified fair and square for the finals.
Right.
Okay, so at this point, some are saying, well, no, Vinesh Phogat weighed 50 point.
Because for the finals, you got to be under 50.
Under 50, because 50 kilogram class.
50 kilogram
Important to know,
class.
Vinesh Phogat.
What's doing? I thought the food was fucking shit in the game.
Long queues. Long queues in the village.
Well, you're free to reply that to Sachin. What's doing? I thought the food was fucking shit. Her disqualification by weight was before the finals, says Sachin Tendulkar. And hence,
Yeah.
for her to be robbed of a deserving silver medal defies logic and sporting sense.
Right.
It would have been understandable if an athlete were to have been disqualified for ethical breaches, such as the usage of performance-enhancing drugs. In that case, to not be awarded any medal and be placed last would be justifiable. However, Vinesh beat her opponents fairly to reach the top 2. She definitely deserves a silver medal. Something like just the
Yep.
Yep, this is all flowing for me.
Yep.
Now, while we all wait for a verdict from the Court of Arbitration for Sport, let us hope and pray that Vinesh gets the recognition she deserves. So, gentlemen, Vinesh Fogart has appealed.
Yes.
Right? And
to
CAS. To CAS, to the Court of Arbitration for Sport. As we go to where that hearing has been run and completed, and a decision is due in the next 24 hours.
And has any other sort of public officials
you'd
contacted?
Think, so the other person, key person who's made public comment on this is one of the world's most powerful men, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
Oh, Modi. Okay.
Who took to X.
Yes.
Saying, Vinesh, you are a champion among champions. You are India's pride and inspiration for each and every Indian. Today's setback hurts. I wish words could express the sense of despair that I'm experiencing. At the same time, I know that you epitomise resilience. It has always been your nature to take challenges head on, come back stronger. We are all rooting for you. So Modi not suggesting there that there has been any, like a misappropriation of the rules or anything like that, just expressing... the devastation that the nation feels. However, per Business Today India, the reputable rag, PM Modi has also reached out to the president of the Indian Olympic Association, PT Usha, seeking first-hand information from her on the issue and the options India has in the wake of Vinesh's setback. He even asked her to explore all the possible options to help Vinesh with her case. He also urged PT Usha to file a strong protest regarding her disqualification if that helps Vinesh, according to the sources. So according to sources...
Yeah.
All right, so make of that what you will. Modi's allocated resources for this
right. Yeah.
For this case.
Yeah.
So you've got Modi on board saying, look, 50.1 still, let's have a look at it.
Yeah.
Tendulkar saying quite clearly she deserved it, even though she was 50.1 and all other opponents, to my knowledge, were under the weight class.
And also, we do need to think that sometimes rules need to be changed.
Need to be changed?
Yes.
We simply await the outcome. I'm not even going to name the person who is presiding over this, which is an Australian official,
right?
Because those DMs are getting fucked on right now. Believe me.
Another scandal in the Olympics over a couple of grams.
100, Jesus Christ.
So I guess the reason this feels interesting is because you're like, India sort of just like, from the facts that we understand, it's just 50.1. We're just you're over the weight class.
And she made great effort to go from 52.7.
Yeah, she skipped. We learnt the backstory.
Cut her hair.
She skipped. She jogged.
Stayed up all night on the bike.
She stayed up all night. She got on the bike. She cut her hair.
Yeah.
To make weight and was 50.1. But
it's devastating. It is
devastating. But as Tendulkar says, her disqualification by weight was before the finals. And hence, for her to be robbed of a deserving silver medal defies logic and sporting sense. Now,
even though the rules
some
are
might say
already
that
there.
sentence defies logic and sporting sense, but I don't understand where.
So the rules existed for every athlete.
All the other athletes are under 50.
They're all under 50.
So if I'm another athlete under 50, I'm probably there going, no, I understand.
Yeah.
If she's over the weight class, that's okay.
Yeah.
Because Sachin makes clear that she was robbed.
He was a good player, Sachin.
Yeah, and he was good.
Yeah.
Particularly down the ground.
He was good down the ground, wasn't he? Hell of a player.
Spirit of wrestling stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
and India want to host the Olympics.
India want to host the Olympics,
and no one else wants to host them.
Yeah.
So
Modi's sort of there going, just letting you know I'm about.
Yeah, I'm about. So, this might impact things if sort of flex and should It's 100 grams.
What's 100 grams?
100 grams.
We need India to host this Olympics.
Now, if I was in the weightlifting and I lifted, I was in fourth, and I
wrestling.
No, but if
you're in the weightlifting.
If I was in weightlifting,
weightlifting now.
Yeah, and I lifted sort of a kilo less than the guy who got bronze. I mean, it's a kilo.
Yeah. What's a kilo?
What's a kilo between mates? You know.
Yeah. What's a rule?
Well, I think they should be looked at. Rules. I think rules should be looked at.
As Sachin suggests.
If they suit my needs, I think they should be looked at.
If it's for ethical breaches, then let's have a look at it. But if it's for something as minor as being over the strict weight class, like
convening the rules,
as weighing more than the class, she's been robbed.
If you contravene the rules, the rules need to be looked at. I think that's fairly obvious, Besser.
And I think we've been used to that in cricket for quite a while. We await the decision from the Court of Arbitration that Modi has weighed into publicly with interest.
Who's got a bigger piece, the Court of Arbitration for Sport or India?
Yep.
And I know the answer.
Boys, actually, Ed says boys had the big snip today. Brackets, some serious irony using the term big, and distracted myself from the fondling and burning with your dulcet tones. So we were in Ed's ears while he was having a vasectomy. Must be a first and a...
Look out! Behind you!
Yeah, that's right. He's just like...
I like that in that scenario. He's doing his own vasectomy.
Yeah.
You're like, oh! Taking a bit off the back. Hopefully the doctor's not also plumbed in.
He says, must be a first and a potential trailblazing new niche for the pod. Yours, the now infertile, brackets, in 20 wanks time, Ed. So...
Is that how it works? You sort of,
I didn't realise
you sort of 20 in the
20 in the
chamber.
bank there. Yeah.
Clear the chamber, yeah.
God, 19, 20.
Yeah, you'd think if you go under surgery.
That's a way to lose a couple of grams.
You get surgery around your genital area.
Yeah.
And the doctor or the surgeon says, like, you've still got 20 to go.
Yeah.
Get them done quick.
Let's get 20.
Let's get to 20. Okay.
Start again.
Birdcage writes in. Hey, boys, Birdcage here. The sports that have gold medal matches and bronze medal matches, do you think it's more satisfying winning your last match and winning a bronze medal than losing your final match and winning a silver medal? I feel in these sports a silver would remind you of your failure to win, where a bronze would make you feel determined to be better. Thoughts? Birdcage.
Great question. My instinct is that after you lose the game that gets you into the gold medal match, you then get the immediate sugar hit high of winning something.
Yeah.
So I think the bronze winning that last game is better because then you thought you might have nothing at one point.
It's really testing the value of the phrase, like, to finish on a high. So I'd probably go the other way. Like, from a cricket perspective, if I played in a first grade fixture, which, let's face it, back in the early 2000s in Sydney is a gold medal fixture in terms of cricket.
It was much better than the Commonwealth Games.
Better than Com Games, better than English first class cricket.
Yeah.
And that's what we told ourselves, except for when English second class players came in and were better than us. But going back to the club, if I'd failed that day, which was a regular occurrence, if somebody from second grade had taken 5, I'd just say, to console myself, going, that's 2s.
It's unders, yeah.
It's unders,
it's not
you know
as
what I
good
mean?
as me, yeah.
Or 3s, you know what I mean? Like,
I think my problem with silver is that it doesn't look as good. Like a bronze medal to me looks nicer.
I find that really interesting. Here's why. I'm colorblind. Sorry, I talk in BuzzFeed headlines now.
Bronze will shock you.
I'm colorblind.
Which kind of breed are
I'm
you?
red-green colorblind.
Yeah.
So, to me, bronze has always been like a gold's poor cousin.
Yep.
From a hue perspective, and like I'm sure with like a regular,
Yeah, it's not
like
same.
regular eyes may be able to see a difference quite clearly. Mm-hmm. But it was like, I feel like if someone showed me a bronze medal, I could be like, "What? Like, did you win gold?" Now that
Let's
is
get you some
bothersome.
drinks.
Yeah, no, that's bothersome
subject.
because like I presume gold shimmers in a indisputable way. But so yeah, like I'm not sure if bronze is a poor man's gold.
I think it is.
Oh, it is, like, even with being able to see properly.
Well, it's just a bit closer. It's a bit closer than what silver is. Silver is second. Like you're the first loser.
I think silver's got its own panache. It's got its own life, and
Look, of course, second is better than third. You know?
Of course, no, I don't mean from. I'm not coming autistically.
No, right,
I just mean in terms. I think silver's still got its own thing.
I think with these team sports, it depends. Like if you're the Opals and you're getting a gold medal match against the US, you're like, we've done well here, girls.
Yeah,
we're getting something here. Yeah. You know. But I think if you're like a hot favorite to win, then that gold medal game would be getting the silver. Then would probably sting more.
True.
If we could just get into this, like silver is a good word.
Yeah,
sounds
it's nice.
good. Quicksilver, Long John Silver. It's got a V in it. There's a sort of it's got an edge to it. Now bronze has a Z too, so you can be a bronzed Aussie. You can use it and you bounce off the D. The Z to the D is good. Gold,
bouncing off the D.
I don't know. It's a primary school chat.
I'll take a PB and a semi.
Muzz says, just to finish off here, gents, you'd be the only blokes in Australia not to know that Tamsin Lewis, famed middle distance runner, married Graham Manu, as suggested. Well, sorry, Muzz, but this is what Higgins said yesterday. Now, we didn't know it was true, but it was just assumed many years ago, just like Melinda Gainsford Taylor married Tubby. Pretty sure that was it. Jeez, Muzz. Now, there was like 7 other people who flocked in to let us know that Graham Manu and Tamsin Manu were married.
Athletes.
Yeah.
Australian reps together. I like that.
It has been, to me, funny, the number of things that we've said where, like, can someone correct us on this and nobody's written in so that the entire nation doesn't know much about the Olympics. Yep. Like the other day I said Al Michaels was dead and he's not.
He's not.
So no one in Australia knows that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so,
fair enough.
Hey, can we just say... Tim Hewitt, Melbourne comedian, joining us for 5 shows. We're signing you off. We've got 1 show to go that starts alarmingly early tomorrow. So we have never had a guest on the show that has garnered greater feedback than yourself. Huey, thank you for joining.
That's very nice. Thank you so much for having me, guys. I've really appreciated it. Had so much fun. What a joy to be part of the MAP. What an acronym.
Minor attracted person.
Yeah.
We met on 4chan.
Yeah. Which is great to meet like-minded guys like yourself. No, it's been awesome. Thank you so much for having me, guys. And thank you to all the nice comments and stuff. Thanks for following me.
Did you get any shit comments from anyone?
Not really. I mean, you sort of see them. Yeah. Not really.
Yeah.
Which is, there's still time. Notice I was very quiet during that Indian stuff. I was like, I don't need this.
No, it's really fun when you get used to it. Yeah. Why did you curl into a ball like a fucking hedgehog in that corner there?
Yeah. No, it's been awesome, and really appreciate you guys for having me. Is it all right if I do a quick little
And where can we find you?
Yes. I'm scurrying about. No. You got to catch me.
No, seriously. We're about to do this, but yeah, you do it. It's better for you to do it.
I have a podcast I do with another comedy friend called Feed 'em Brah, where we sort of rank and list every type of fella in the world. Yep. If you like my very loose riffing, that's that. And I have a little comedy club called Comedy at the Coobs Inn every Friday and Saturday. Other than that, follow me on Instagram, whatever. That'd be awesome. But yeah, really have enjoyed it, guys, and really appreciate you.
So your pod Feed 'em Brah is like you doing what you do here and riffing on different types of blokes that exist, which is just that's just the wheelhouse.
I think the fans could enjoy that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and if you boys are free, we'll love to have you on as a guest. That would be awesome. So I'm just booking it over the pod. They're like, no, we won't be doing that.
No, we'll see you again in 4 years. Yeah.
I can't wait.
Thanks, Huey. It's been fucking awesome. Really appreciate it.
And thank you to you guys who have listened or watched this show on your Saturday, whatever time you've watched this. We've had a great time. One more show for Morning After Paris. That's tomorrow to wrap it all up, even though it's still going on. But, we've all had enough because we've stopped winning gold. See you tomorrow morning.